Trying out these magnetic lashes, y'all. Okay, so it's on here. Because I can't see. There you go. Y'all see that? This is why I don't do makeup videos. Did I get it? Mother. Done. I done lost the other eyelash, y'all. Look. Hey y'all, it's Mandy, the Sleep Nana. It's been a while. I've had a lot going on. I think I mentioned in another video or in the comments or something, we were moving one of my daughters back home, so we finally got her back in and the house is somewhat back to normal. And then there was a few weeks I was just like, I don't know what to come on here and say because there hadn't really been a lot of changes, nothing new. And then one week I actually did record and I just wasn't satisfied with how any of it went, so I just deleted it and didn't post. But I'm back. So if you are already subscribed or a regular viewer, welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. Go ahead and click that subscribe button and stick around for the party. Not that I party a lot anymore, which I don't at all now actually, but stick around. I had VSG, weight loss surgery, on June the 3rd, 2020 with Dr. Samuel Rossi at CMAC in Charleston, West Virginia. I'm 44 years old, 5'4". My high weight was 259.6. Day of surgery, I weighed in at 247.6. I had to go back and watch my last video because I really couldn't remember what I weighed in at. My weight has been fluctuating, which is normal, but it kind of had been getting to me mentally. But anyway, in my last video I weighed in at 177.6. Even though I haven't came on and posted or recorded or whatever, I have been continuing to weigh in pretty much every day. But my last video I weighed in at 177 excuse me, 0.6. Over the weeks it's fluctuated 180, 181, 177. Actually dipped down to like 173 and 174 for 4 or 5 days, and then this because, you know, last week it jumped back up and it's still up this week. So last week I weighed in at 179, and today I weighed in at 178.2, so it dipped back down a little, which means as of today I'm down 81.4 pounds since my high weight, 69.4 since the day of surgery, up 0.6 since my last video, but I'm back down 0.8 from last week. It's a lot of ups and downs, the craziness of it. But I have 38.2 pounds to go until my goal weight, which is 140 as of now. That may or may not change. I'll decide the closer that I get to that. Something though, even though my weight is fluctuating, and I'm like in the back of my mind, like, am I stuck here again? Like, because I've lost weight before in the past, like a large amount of weight, like 70, 75 pounds, maybe 80. I'm not sure. I didn't track that then, how I'm tracking this now. Somewhere between 70 and 80. My daughter. The house has been so quiet all morning. As soon as I get on and record, she comes home, the phone will ring. I'm sure somebody will come to the door. That's what always happens. But I'm at the weight where I got stuck before, and I just couldn't go any lower. So even though I know that stalls are normal and part of the process, and sometimes your body just needs a rest, in the back of my mind, that thought is there. Like, is this, you know, is this where I'm gonna land and stay this time? Like, yes, the shit show began, so to speak. Is this where I get frustrated and throw my hands up and say, you know, screw this, like I did the last time? Because I got frustrated last time because, like, here I was working out, eating the way that I was supposed to be eating, and it just, nothing seemed to make the scale move. And so I was just like, well, if this is where I'm going to stay, then let me just, you know, maybe have an extra drink, or go ahead and go to that birthday party, and, you know, adult birthday party, and go ahead and, you know, have that mixed drink with all the sugar in it and that. And so I mean, I did that. That happened for too long, actually. But I'm trying to keep my mindset right and remind myself every day that, you know, I've lost 80 pounds in a little over 7 months. Well, 6 months actually, because I've been here at this, round about this weight for about a month. So I'm gonna say 6 months. I lost 80 pounds in 6 months, and that's a lot for your body to do, and a lot of changes that took place. And so I'm just, let me just give my body a minute and not freak out, and just keep doing what I know I'm supposed to be doing, and have patience and just see what happens. I mean, what else can I do? So that's my plan. Some things that are new is that I have not been drinking Premier protein shakes every day like I was. I did quit drinking them there just for a minute, like a real quick minute, just to see if that's what was causing me the issues with dumping syndrome. And as soon as I realized that it wasn't, I was back to down in like 2 of them a day. It was my way of not just getting in protein, but also some calories. So since I've not been having any of the protein shakes, I've actually been able to get more of my calories in and my protein with real food. Able to eat more like food, actual real food for calories and nutrition now, which is I mean, the same as before surgery, of course, but I was used to just doing more drinking for my calories. But, well, actually, I got most of my calories from drinking before surgery. But, so yeah, eating more like nutrient-dense foods was a change, definitely since surgery. And it's that, you know, even though I know food is not the enemy, it's not keeping things in, you know, proper balance and proportion is where we go wrong with food. But food is not the enemy. I don't think that carbs are the enemy. I think it's, you know, for me, it's my lack of balance. But either way, I landed myself on a surgeon's table, got the surgery, here we are, and it's been a lot of changes. But again, I'm just trying to keep my head in the game and just kind of remind myself daily to not get discouraged and just wait and see what happens with that. Something else that's new is getting back to drinking from a straw. I've had no issues. If anything, it actually helps me get my fluids in better. I feel that I can drink more with a straw, and I've not had any issues with gas, swallowing any extra air or anything like that. And while I'm talking about the straw, peep out my cup. Yeah, I love this cup. This is, if you can see it, it says it's more than music. The music notes all over it. And when I started drinking it, I was like, shit, there's something in my coffee. But no, I remembered I got the snow globe cup, so there's glitter floating around, the Starbucks logo, the black bumper, and the glitter straw, lipstick not included. I snagged this from Paulina. She has a YouTube channel, Body, Mind, and Soul VSG, and her name is the same on Instagram too, but she also has an Instagram page, sippinproffeecreations. Check her out, and she'll hook you up. She can do pretty much anything you want with the cup. This is the venti with the Starbucks logo, the snow globe, the black bumper, and the glitter straw again. Just can fix it up however you like. I specifically asked for music notes because I love music, and I think she done a really great job. I'm very pleased. Thank you, girl. Okay, so in this video, first of all, let me say this, that with the fluctuations that's going on the scale, and it being month 7, the 23rd of this month was month 7, or made 7 months for me. At the end of this video, I'm going to throw in updated pictures and measurements. So something else that's new, y'all. Let me find it. Come here. Come hi. Say hi. Yeah. Can y'all see? We have a new family member who doesn't have a name yet. So he came with my daughter. Or actually she came and then he came. he's mad at me today, and he's been mean mugging me because I accidentally stepped on him this morning, and he's not been acting right towards me. He actually swiped and hissed at me a little while ago when I tried to feed him, but he'll have to get over it. Excuse me. So I'm going to go ahead and include in this video, which I've probably stuck it in the title by now, and you know, 16, I know it's an odd number, but it's just the things that came to me. 16 things I wish I'd known before BSG / weight loss surgery. And these are in no particular order, just things that came to mind for me personally. Number 1, I wish I had known what an improvement this surgery would make, or has made, would have made, prior to surgery. So would have made. Yeah. Let me just keep it moving. And I mean, this is not grammar class or English class. So I wish I would have known the improvement that the surgery would have made on acid reflux and GERD's issues that I had. Y'all, I can't think of a day that I could go without something for heartburn, even if it was just having to chug a glass of milk. I can't think of a day in the past 20-25 years, and I've been on medication for it for that long too. And so I went off of it a few months back just to kind of test the waters. Wasn't having any issues with heartburn, but after doing a video appointment with my surgeon, oh yeah, got some claws. We need to get those little kitty cat things for his claws. Maybe he's not mad at me anymore. Maybe he is. Anyway, and I had informed him on that call that I had stopped taking my Prilosec, and I hadn't had any issues with heartburn, but I had been feeling some nausea. I've been feeling nauseous a lot, and I was experiencing hunger, and I didn't feel like I should have been. So that's when he informed me to go ahead and start back on it, because he said that for the first 6 months he gives it to everybody, whether they have a history of acid reflux and all that jazz or not, because sometimes the inflammation from the surgery itself can mimic hunger, and so, you know, patients will think that they're hungry and they're really not. It's just the inflammation from the surgery making them think that they are. So I went ahead and went back on it. I'm still having some nausea after, and I then found out that it's normal for some people. Not everybody experiences it, but it's not out of the norm, which leads me to number 2. I wish I had known that I would experience nausea, that it was normal for me to experience it for as long as I did, because then it might have, you know, not worried me so much thinking that something was wrong. So that was number 2. But again, not everybody experiences that. A cat? That's all I know to say, because again, he doesn't have a name yet, so ouch. Number 3, I wish I had known that I would never be allowed to take an NSAID again, basically for the rest of my life, and what that would mean for me, because I mean, I'm not one to take like strong medications. I'm really like a wimp when it comes to medicine. Actually, if I take a Benadryl, like, I'm out. I'll see you in like 2 or 3 days. It'll put me down. But at the same time, I find Tylenol to be somewhat of a joke. I shouldn't have said that. Tylenol doesn't really knock a headache for me. No offense, Tylenol. Like, anybody from Tylenol is even watching this video, but I'm just saying, it just doesn't do the trick for me. Aleve, on the other hand, would. And when I gained the weight and was at my heaviest, I actually just kind of, when I got up in the mornings to take my vitamins, which I did before surgery even, the vitamins that I'm taking now is nothing new. I've been taking them for several years, actually. The same exact vitamins that they tell you to take. But I would just go ahead and take an Aleve or two because it's like I would just ache all day, whether it be my knees, whatever, my shoulders, my back, something. Which leads me to number 4. The pain actually improved, and I wish I would have known that. The speed at which it improved after surgery. I knew that it would improve with weight loss, like my joints wouldn't ache and my back wouldn't hurt, and just doing things in general from, you know, just daily normal tasks daily. Normal daily tasks would be easier. I knew all that, but I didn't realize, you know, just how fast I would see those improvements. And not only just the weight loss played a part, but after surgery, your way of eating changes, and the foods that you eat hopefully change. And a lot of the foods that, you know, most of us tend to have prior to surgery are foods that cause inflammation. So those two, you know, combined together, I'm sure played a part. So basically low sugar for life. For me personally, I plan to be. That's my plan. I didn't eat a lot of sweets as far as like candy and pastries and things before surgery. But looking back and paying more attention to the nutrients or nutrition labels in things, you know, outside of just calories and fat, which is what I tended to look at before. Now looking at the actual sugar content in just foods that you wouldn't consider, you know, like a dessert, so to speak, the sugar content in those actually shocked me. So being more mindful of that, and sugar can cause inflammation. So I plan to keep that under wraps for the rest of my life. And I don't know what you guys call it, or whatever you call it, but here in West Virginia we call, like, Dr. Pepper and Pepsi and things pop. I spent a lot of years in North Carolina. I lived there for a while, and they call it soda there. I know some people call it soda pop. I catch myself calling it both, just at random times, like either pop or soda. But I've always been a huge fan of Dr. Pepper. Loaded with sugar, y'all. Loaded. So that moves me on to number 5, which is that I wish I had known I would be as motivated as I am to make better choices all around. Which is giving up the soda / pop / soda pop, whatever you guys call it. Have I wanted one? Sure. Have I had one? Nope, and I won't. Because if an artificial sweetener in a skinny syrup done to me what it did to me with dumping syndrome, and my body reacted that way, I sure don't want nothing to do with the real thing, y'all. I don't think I could handle that. Like, dumping syndrome is no joke. And I know that it would do it to me. So that is kind of a motivator too, to keep me from not actually having a Dr. Pepper. But I'm not joking you when I say I can be in the next room, and when I hear my husband or my son open one, it's like I can smell it. I can hear the foam. It's like a Pepsi commercial with the glass sweating and this and that. Like, it's a real thing. But then I remember dumping syndrome, and I want nothing to do with it. But it also, surgery has motivated me to make better choices prior to surgery, and it's sticking with them now since surgery. I knew that I had to stop smoking before I could have the surgery. So I did that, and just feeling better about the weight loss and making better choices overall is helping me to continue to make the choice every day to not smoke. When I stopped smoking, I actually kind of like weaned myself, didn't quit cold turkey. I was already in the process of weaning myself when my husband was diagnosed with COPD, and so that was like the final factor for me. I was like, okay, that's it. Today's the day that I lay him down altogether. And I was actually standing outside the truck, outside the doctor's office, by the truck actually, when he came out and he said, it's COPD. I put that cigarette out, stomped it, picked it up, because I don't litter, put it in the garbage can along with the rest of the pack of cigarettes that I had on hand that day, which was like a half a pack, threw them away and said, that's it, I'm done. Like, I was quitting anyway for the surgery and just overall health, and so that was kind of like the icing on the cake that I also don't eat anymore, by the way. And it is motivating me to stay on the path of being alcohol free too, which I know, you know, a lot of people go back to having alcohol after surgery, and that's fine. Do you? For me, I just don't think it's going to be a good idea to even toy around with that, because I tend to like it a little too much, okay? And so I've done all these things, gave up all these things, made all these, you know, positive moves to impact my health in a positive way, and I don't want to do anything that I think is going to send me back down the road that led me to having surgery to begin with. So it's been a real motivator for me in that way. This cat, y'all. Number 6, I wish I had known that, oh no, mother, I'm about to give you a name. No on the table. Don't get on my table. No. Okay. You almost got a name there from me. Loose skin. I wish I had known that it was going to be an issue for me this time. Would I have still had the surgery? Yeah. But maybe just have mentally prepared myself a little better for it. I knew that it was a no-brainer, hands down, that I was going to have loose skin on my belly, because that's my problem area. That's where I was the biggest at, and so naturally I knew that once the fat was gone, the skin was going to remain, because the skin had been stretched out. And I already had some loose skin. Like I said, I had lost a massive amount of weight before, and it was an issue then, so I knew it was going to be an issue now. I knew surgery wasn't going to change that. What I didn't expect was to have an issue with loose skin in other areas, like my arms, even my back, my hips, my butt, y'all. Like, it's just kind of like hanging there. Like I'm part of the flat ass team, club flat ass, whatever, however they say it now. So yeah, I didn't expect that, because it didn't happen to me the last time that I lost the 70 to 80 pounds that I lost. But I'm also 10, 11 years older, and I mean, your skin can only do so much. Go back and forth so many times before it's just like, kind of needs a break too, I guess. But also it takes your skin longer to kind of catch up. So I'm not letting that bug me too bad. I just am noticing it, excuse me, in places that I didn't notice it before. Like, I'm showed y'all in one video. I don't know if y'all can even see it when I'm sitting. Like I can see that. That wasn't a thing before. So I mean, I'm just gonna give that some time. I think they say it can take up to a year for your skin to kind of play catch up. So we'll see. I need to move through these a little faster because it's gonna be a long ass video if I don't. Number 7. I wish I had known about the whole morning of foods. Morning of the foods. I knew it was a thing for people who, you know, have food addictions. I didn't consider myself to have a food addiction, and I still don't. I wasn't one that would eat out of emotion, maybe boredom sometimes, but if I was having a bad day or sad or mad or something, I would do the exact opposite. I wouldn't eat. I would like clean or listen to music, drink. I mean, that's what I did. It wasn't food for me. But it really was like a thing for me that I didn't see coming. Like, I experienced it. I remember about 4 or 5 weeks or so after surgery, it really hit me. It might not have been that long, actually. I think I'm still in the soft food stage, how many ever weeks that was. I kind of was feeling like this depression popping its head up. And my husband asked me, you know, what was going on with me, what was wrong, and, you know, how husbands do. And I remember I broke down and I cried. I was like, I'm struggling with, like, wanting to eat some food, and I can't. And I said, I can't do anything. I've gave up everything, and it's just hitting me all at once. Like, you know, at the time I wasn't having any caffeine. I was like, I stopped smoking. I stopped drinking. I've had no coffee. Now I can't even effing eat. And I'm just, like, I want something. I need something. And, of course, at the time, like, I was too, you know, early out to do a whole lot as far as, like, you know, I wasn't in a position, like, to go outside and go for a walk in the heat because, I mean, it was really hot and I was worried about dehydration. I was having a moment, y'all. So it hit me and I didn't expect it to. Number 8, I wish I had known that my decision to have the surgery was going to lead some of my friends and family to make healthier choices and get in shape and care more about their health, just overall and in general. Now, some of these things are things that, you know, are positive, and I say them because I probably would have done the surgery sooner rather than later. That being one of those things. Number 9, I wish I knew how fast the weight loss